I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is...
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Furry.
Shh! It would seem that there has...
Looking for
I raised my hands I'm sorry. You are not... But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world that... This time... Applaud and mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of fun...
Woohoo!
Oh, no. Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole... Also, even though she's still acting...
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
is that? Also, please allow me to ask, just how much...
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks as
Navia, the president...
Most of the people who participated in the disturbances, they changed into plain clothes, and the people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, So, we arranged for...
So, you mean...
And their goal was...
That's right.
As the super ultimate version of the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Aaron was an Archon. My thanks, Farina.
You...
Of course, this we had to select a
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, you gathered a crowd, prepared also that as soon...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must... As for you, Travel, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd... Oh? It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, so in other words, we can refer... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the... This is the first... The words of someone as a...
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on! Just fast forward. Of course. It is only...
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to instead.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey,
Charge accepted. Lady Farina. Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be
Yeah,
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they— See? Even if you wish to drop—
An argument.
Well, I try. And if I was—
That doesn't... First of all, you...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink—
A curse. I once thought it possible, but in light of this claim...
Nova had sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina. Well, it is...
Well, don't start. Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes to—
That doesn't... You tried to...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a while the court is in... You will prove your... That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestation...
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that— You can't—
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's...
My
If that poses a
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or...
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons, thus did I—
isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone! Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar! I'm still the— Please?
If what the prosecute...
Did she deceive?
Enough! That's enough! Tell me then, if you have—
Wow, she came up... That doesn't... It has been
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use—
Miss Navia.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson, including those of... So, Miss Farina, if we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind... I do hope you'll act prudently, and shoot...
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Farina's in...
Lady Farina.
Well, of course he had to... She's just staring.
What's going on?
Due to the inherent...
Hey! I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! Will you believe me now? I really am your...
Miss Siegeween? If you're present, Miss Siegeween.
Siege?
Don't be nervous. It'll just...
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the...
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina, she was...
Thank you, Miss Siegeween. Lady...
Oh, wait. What did you...
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged... We don't want...
Yeah, so out of... It's a great thing that the...
I can't... Listen to me, everyone! Think about it! How can you conclusively prove that an... Also, if I was really... Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your...
I don't think anything...
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway me to just too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Furina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Furina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the oratrice mécanique. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique...
Well, what's wrong? What's the
No, the oratrice also...
Isn't that correct?
However, the exact word to be punished by...
That's actually one of...
The one and only time...
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just...
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's... Is this sentence...
Yeah! Even Fache wasn't sentenced to death by the...
Indeed. But now, the oratrice...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still...
Fremine! You finally made it.
Mm-hmm. Any mission...
Is that the first prophecy? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
I looked everywhere, but has the trial all...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you...
Huh? So what do you see?
I believe I have now made...
Huh? So when...
In truth, everything that you've encountered in However, I'm uncertain...
Okay, let's try to... The first stone slate described... Does that mean that... The second stone slate... This must be the point where... The third slate shows that... Huh. Well, the first slate... We didn't believe that such...
We know from the... And this might... Perhaps what is about to take place has the true sin of the Hydrarch and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine. not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon. A prophecy
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea. The Hydro Archon was... Navia fell into the water. The eruption of the the stone slates Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it, but...
Let's hear them.
Incredible. We're...
All Fontanians were the evidence for that. Oh, and according to...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the... That could also...
The Hydro Arc...
And yet, after many hundreds of years...
Yeah, so wouldn't it be trying to show the... In the end, did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. However, while you were able to decode all the information when we were at the ruins, now that the slate collection is complete... I believe I should share this truth not only with your hypotheses. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves expressed to the... However, not one to give in. She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her She poured primordials, but if Fontanians were to... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is...
That's way too much information. Wait, but if that's the truth...
This really...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point of the... They have not... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro. You may also recall, therefore, that the people of Fontaine... Yes.
I think I'm... In truth...
What should we do?
Huh.
If that's the case...
Traveler, I would like to point out another... About the fourth slate. However, as for the root cause of the catastrophe... This eruption was just a small warning of...
It was both dream...
If we're talking about a truth...
The truth, the original...
So we've met it at last. I understand. That whale, it has been greedy, and once it is finished...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians at...
Precisely. Therefore, when it left the Primordial Sea...
We just...
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been...
That battle maniac. We've always known that he... Anyway, now that...
It is too late. It had already even if the entirety of...
We've already done... We've come...
Indeed. I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Just as ultimately.
What's happening with the Oratrice?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Marina! No, I still need answers.
Sorry.
You are not for...
the sweet...
Fusalo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. The heavenly...
Deceiving the...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, she knew and as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the... So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather... I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles. I'm a genius, I know. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the high... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit. leaving behind only a self that was as naive, and the me you see before you now is she could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, under the curse I placed on her. So long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, she was forced to take— I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is only— even though she has had a— I cannot be—
It has indeed. It's been 500, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of—
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, I understand. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. I am Focalor, the eyes. Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. gives. The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Coming at ya!
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're... Mirror me? Mirror me.
The prophecy. Have you...
What prophecy? The people will...
Oh.
What's going on? But doesn't that...
I will tell you.
Oh, as for the suffering, but if there were scale...
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well.
Play as a god.
That's right. If you can keep...
But...
Don't worry. Being a human, remember.
So...
To a... But...
A trial. The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to... Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, as the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to... Once again, I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more... assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy. Right. that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
A personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again.
I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to. The scales of justice. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine. There is, so long as I...
Lady Farina,